Check once where the bros are here. Talking soccer, sipping root beer. From the stands to the pitch to your ears tonight. They break it down, no fluff, no gloss. Goals and misses, they count the cost. Laugh aloud while they analyze the fight. RSL bros, they're running the show. Kicking it live where the fans all go. From the mountains high to the valley low. RSL bros, they're in the know.
RSL Nation!
What's up?
Bienvenidos. We back. We back.
Sometimes you guys are so weird, but I love it. Guys, we want to thank you.
Man.
You are just you, and we love you for you. We want to welcome all of you and thank you for joining us on another episode of the RSL Bros, where, well, let's just say this. Our focus is RSL. So if you're here to hear other things, you're going to have to wait till maybe the middle section. But we're glad you're here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
If it's your first time, we welcome everybody. If you're a long-time listener, if it's your first time, welcome to listening to Alan, myself, and Christian. Welcome to this adventure we got going on here.
It is an adventure. So, without making it any more awkward, guys, we have. Don't you just love those awkward introductions? Like, hey guys,
Hi, my name is Christian.
Hi, Christian.
I like soccer.
Okay, me too.
We have so much in common.
I can't even. I'm gonna start coughing if we keep doing that. All right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about obviously everything RSL, but we're gonna talk about the home opener, everything. I absolutely enjoyed the game watching from my home, and I'm pretty sure you guys from the stadium loved it. So we're gonna talk about all of that, what went on. After that, we're going to get into some league announcements, team announcements of Leagues Cup, everyone's favorite cup.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it.
Yeah,
I'm used to it now.
What is this, year 4 or 5? I think everyone's used to it now.
Something like that.
Yeah. Poor Open Cup. It's
What's Open Cup?
dying.
What's Open Cup?
Yeah. Well, when we refresh the new listeners, when we get some new listeners, we'll probably open up that debate again. Open Cup, Leagues Cup, any other cup. But we're going to talk about the schedule that came out and how RSL fares with their schedule. We'll get into the game this weekend against Atlanta. Should be a good one. We'll see. And then we'll get into our favorite time, prediction time / Instagram questions. What do y'all think?
I'm ready for it.
I think it sounds great. Let's do
Excellent, excellent.
Well,
Then what?
Without further ado, let's get this party started.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, but yeah, let's get this party started. Marcus is really excited. So excited that I'm gonna give it to Christian. Christian, give us your experience of Saturday. How did Saturday work out for you?
I mean, it was great for me. I had myself a little bit double booked, so I did not get to the pregame festivities this time, which, again, I got a lot of grief from the supporters groups, rightfully so. So that was my poor time management and planning that led to that. But other than that, it was a great time. It was great to see RSL staff again. They're always so great to us. And yeah, the team did well. So to go through the lineup.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on the lineup.
I thought the lineup, considering everything going on, was, considering who's available, it was solid. It was a solid lineup. We started with Cabral in goal as usual. Our MVP this year. Someone's predictions looking pretty hot right now. 2 games in. And then,
it's true.
The back line of Lucas Angle, Justin Glad, and Phil Quinton, which Phil Quinton, dude, if you listen to us, which I hope you do, you had the game of your RSL career. Thank you for balling out so well against a fantastic Seattle Sounders team. Like, hats off to you, bro.
I probably wouldn't have thought the same thing. He had a great game, but maybe not the game of his career, but very good game.
With RSL. Maybe not over his whole career.
I think he played. Did he play the 5-3 against the Rapids? No, did he?
I don't know. I don't remember. If he did, then
I
That would
remember he
be
played one of those games where I was down on field level and he just rocked out on that right side, just like this
oh,
game. But
but
yes, go on.
what a game to come out and ball out, right? Then we had our midfield Sanabria making his debut, and oh my goodness,
I did I not tell you guys? Did I not tell you guys that duo of Angle and Sanabria? Oh,
so good.
they work so well together.
Also,
So well.
someone's MVP vote is also looking really good.
Right, right,
That's
right.
fair.
Just
That's
saying.
fair. That is
Right.
totally fair. Then we had Kaliskin and Luka Moisa holding down the middle, and they did a solid job as well. Gozo on the right hand side, and he didn't have to track back as much this game, which I was glad that he didn't have to. Then up front, we had Booth, Pule, and Hezar Khani. And congrats to Aiden for his first MLS career goal. It was a very well taken shot. And then Pule, again, phenomenal goal. And dude, if you listen to us, we hope your recovery is swift and hope to see you back with the team soon.
Yeah,
Yes.
three of the 11 players can't even go to a bar. So
This is true.
I mean, it's
Marco,
regular season. They shouldn't be going to the bar at all right now. Because
Hi-yo!
Heyo.
Marco, so with all those being listed out, give me your initial thoughts on how they played? First half, second half, I don't care. Just what are your thoughts?
yeah, I think I want to go to Christian's point about PQ. I feel like I am going to agree with Christian. This was PQ's best game in an RSL uniform because I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel good about this. This is PQ going against a very good De Rosario, Rothrock, Rusnak, but he shut him down. He shut down Paul Rothrock like it was nobody's business. I was like,
Mhm.
where's Paul Rothrock? He's MIA. But I just mentioned before, Sanabria and Engel. I'm excited what that duo is going to bring for the entire season. And that was just one game. Obviously, Engel didn't play a full 90. He came off in the 61st minute. But in that
Mhm.
60 minutes, they were lights out, being able to shut down Jesus on that right hand side. And Jesus, just like Paul Rothrock, was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, this was a really good game by RSL overall. And I want to take a segment real quick and say this. I want to thank the Academy youth players that have stepped up. Aiden, Luca, and Xavier. I want to thank the three of them for giving us and putting faith back into our academy and making it so that we can believe again in our youth. We went
Mhm.
through a huge drought of not having good youth come up and being able to contribute to the first team. The one that's lasted the longest has been Glad. And we had Bodie Hidalgo that went through. We had a couple of others that went through, but their impact wasn't felt as big. These three coming in at 17 and 18 years old have literally for me put on clinics on how academy players should be playing with the first
Mhm.
team and making that impact. So thank you
No,
to you three.
No, I agree. Having them put a game on like this, having Aiden score, having Gozo having a phenomenal assist to Peel, just looks good for these up and coming players. Like, hey, I want to be just like them. You
Well,
can,
and
you
and look
can.
and look at this. Those three were sitting on the right side on Fought Mob's lineup. They're sitting on that right side with Reagan and Tolo, two
Mhm.
really good defenders in this league, and they just put on a clinic, guys. They, I'm I don't think we can talk enough good things about these three players and their impact in the first two games, and obviously not to mention Gozo from last season. I mean, these academy boys are really stepping it up, and you guys can tell me that maybe they're going to be depth pieces, but really they're going to be pushing for first team minutes the whole season.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, even though it's been said that I think I was listening to Soccer Wise. Someone had said, "Hey, listen to this RSL segment that Weeby and the other guys were talking about," and they talked about these three, and they had mentioned the exact same thing that I mentioned last week with Moisa and Aiden, how they were like a half step off. Like they were just that close to being almost having perfect games, and it was
Mhm.
you could still see it in these games, but it doesn't mean that they were that far off and that they were making negative impact. In fact, everything I
Mhm.
think they did was positive impact. I
And if anything, even though they might have been just a little bit off still, it was still better than the last game. And they're taking each opportunity to improve and consistently get better, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I want to see out of these teenagers who are stepping into the big leagues for the first time. Yeah, you're not gonna come in, spin, De Rosario around on his heels, but you're going to do a solid job and continue to get better. And
Yeah,
so
and
I'm excited to see them grow.
absolutely. And I just want to get into this first goal really quick. Just the way that Lucas set this up to Sanabria, just being able to, at 17 years old, being able to find Sanabria on that left side. Sanabria with time, just chips that, lobs it over the back line of Seattle, find just a toe poke of Aiden, and just the awareness that Aiden's like, I'm just going to volley and just slam this past, past Thompson, and just rips that. And I was like, what? Phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a really good goal. Going to Luca's positioning on that one. Don't want to bore you guys with strategy, but the fact that Luca was even up there putting pressure, that caused the turnover. He received
Hmm.
that ball and distributed. Um, again, Sanabria with his wingback ability. Um, he works great in our system and in this newer formation. Gozo and Sanabria in this game absolutely lit a fire on Seattle's backline with Roldan and Tolo. They couldn't figure out what to do with him. So with us, we were literally attacking with 7 players.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mentioned to Christian as we are watching the game, I think it was in the first half, we saw it many times where we see Gozo drop back so far, helping PQ. And with this new formation, we're going to be seeing that a lot probably with Gozo dropping back, which we're not used to. And that's going to be kind of a little bit of a hard thing to get used to.
But he didn't do it as much this game against the Sounders as he did against Vancouver. Vancouver, he was playing back almost exclusively the entire time. In this game, he found more of a balance where he was able to push forward. And to be fair, I think it was more everybody was really finally settling into their jobs, allowing for him to yes, he came back when he needed, but he pushed forward whenever he could and was dangerous up front.
Let's not mix too much the first and second half because the first half it was very quiet for RSL. Yes, we got the goal,
Mhm.
but it was quiet. We had only 4 shots total shots that first half. And Gozo
True.
was
Like
still
you, well, yeah,
trying to find his rhythm on that
yeah,
side.
you say quiet. Like you look at the possession, 39 for us, 61 for Seattle,
Yeah.
0.22 xG. Like yes, we had that one shot, the one shot that was on target, but other than that, it was all Seattle. We see that amazing and
Mhm.
incredible save by Hoffa. Oh my gosh, lights out. We can't say enough good things about Hoffa. He's saving us game in and game out on that back line.
Seriously. Um, let's transition into the second half. So the second half is where I think the fire was lit completely because that's when our stats just totally flipped on their heads. We had a 1.46 xg, 12 shots, and with the substitutions of uh let's just mention Morgan and
Oh,
Solans. Morgan and
Mhm.
Solans, holy crap.
They read each other so well, so well up top. It's amazing.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to see Morgan in this league because I was my turn to say something I was saying to Marcos. People don't realize the team that Morgan came from. If you're yes, we like to rag on the French league because it's the French league, but Morgan came from Lens, and if you pay attention to Ligue 1 at all, um, Lens, I think they're still in second place in Ligue
Correct.
1. He was the backup striker in the second best team in the league.
They are still in
And
second.
I Yeah, and I would argue, I would at this point, I would still say the French league is still better than MLS. And so, arguably, we could have a completely different discussion on the Italian
Oh
league,
yeah.
um, but he came from a very good team where he was the backup, which means he knows how to be dangerous in a good league. Now, MLS is an up and coming league. I'm not going to say it's a bad league. If you want to come after me and say it's a bad league, I will fight you and you will lose.
Oh,
But
um,
Morgan is going to be dangerous in this league, and he showed it many, many times.
well, yeah. I mean, he had a couple of great through balls. I mean, a couple of great vision passes. But I want to talk about Morgan in this sense. He was supposed to. Who did he sub in for? He subbed in for Aiden, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
So he subbed in for Aiden. Aiden was the top winger, we'll say. I mean, in this 3-4-3 that Fought Bob shows, but anyways, he didn't play as a forward attacking wing. He played everywhere. I was
Mhm.
talking to Marcos earlier this week. It reminded me
Matty Crooks.
1000% of Matt Crooks.
Yep.
1000%. Not only just because of the size, the movement that he was making. He went from top attacking wing all the way down to a defensive midfielder, all the way back to a striker, down to the 10 position. He was just like moving everywhere. And the ball that he put through to Solans is because he
Oh,
he dropped all the way back to the 6th position
he
and moved it up and boom.
he was everything we wanted Matt Crooks to be.
I think Matt Crooks was what we wanted. Just I think it wasn't in this system where
Agreed.
Fair,
Agreed. I was gonna say
fair.
in terms of Morgan being like that hybrid, just going everywhere. Would you say that we kind of see that in spurts with Diego Luna at times right now?
all right, here's my hot take. Come at me. Um I think we want Diego Luna to be like Morgan, to be like Matt Crooks, but I think he has limitations physically because you need to be physical on the ball and be able to create space. He can
True.
do it sometimes. Um, the vision he has, it's like this is gonna sound bad. He's almost like the Timu version of Messi. It's like he's almost there. He has like good stuff to him, but it's like a cheaper
Okay.
version. And
I
and
I,
so,
I
I
wouldn't say
understand.
Timu, but yeah, I can see that.
Amazon version.
you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Correct.
so I think we want Diego Luna, even though most will see Diego Luna as the on par with Morgan. I think Luna still has room to grow. Obviously, he's a lot younger,
No,
um,
agreed.
Right.
but I think Luna is going to be like Morgan. Morgan is where we want. That's what we want right now. And
Huh?
obviously, if we have a ceiling, Messi's going to be the ceiling.
No, seeing what Morgan was able to bring in this first game in what was it, 20-ish minutes against Seattle, that gives me optimism. That gives me so much optimism that he's able to cover so much ground, and that's without Luna, that's without Victor. So I'm like, oh wow.
I was gonna say the way that our formation is set up right now, we will play Luna and Morgan at the same time, and I will enjoy seeing them play together because they both have tremendous vision. I haven't seen Morgan's goal scoring ability yet, so I can't make an opinion off of that. One thing I will say that Diego has over Matt Crooks is that Diego scores goals a lot better than Matt Crooks does.
Yeah, that is true. Now
Yeah.
now let's dream a little bit because it's gonna happen in a couple of weeks.
It
We
will.
have Sanabria and Gozo as our wing backs.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna call them wings. Then you'll have Luna, Victor, Morgan. Those five right there is
That's
already like
dangerous. That's
oof.
dangerous.
Add in, I'm not sure what Stein can bring, but even just with Kaliskin and Moisa, you're looking at a great lineup. You sub in any of those guys in the 65th, 70th minute, put in fresh legs. You can put in Aiden, you can put in Dom, you can put in Booth, you can put in any of those guys, and they slot right in, and we're still trucking out play after play.
That's why, yeah, post game, Pablo said after the Seattle match that he said, because I asked the status obviously on Victor and Luna. If you guys want to know, then head to our Instagram. But he said after that, once this team is fully healthy, we're going to be a dangerous team. We're going to be a really good team.
Well, here's the thing. We've shown with our depth already that we are a dangerous team. And let's talk about Dominic. Thought Mob didn't even rate him, but I thought the 10 minutes, or it was technically 8, but about the 10 minutes he was on field, he showed a lot of really good play as well.
Yeah. Guys, this is another year to hope. Last year was a throwaway year. Let's be real. This year is another year to hope, just like 24 was. 24 was a great year to hope, and we had a great season up until June. We're probably going to start off a little slower this year, but I can't say enough good things about what the future holds, the potential, because the potential, I think, I'm throwing it out there, is Cup.
I said how much I loved PQ in this game. We go to that second goal. PQ hockey assist to Gozo. Gozo hockey assist to Peel. Like,
Dude,
obviously, I'm going to give the man of the match to Hoffa, but if I go a runner-up man of the match, I'm going to give it to PQ.
really?
Yeah, I would agree.
PQ with a hockey assist. He's shutting down Paul Rothrock in this game. Like, you can't ask for more.
Though Brian Schmetzer was super pissed at his team with how they handled Gozo. Gozo was like, he was free running all over him. He was beating Tolo on a one-on-one, just whoop going around him. Gozo is so flippin' fast that he could beat anyone on Seattle's team. Anyone. And then not only that, we added in Peel. With obviously we can't add him anymore, but Peel and his speed. You had other people. Aiden was obviously following up. Sanabria on the other side. Guys, our attack is so deep right now. It's 3D.
I feel blessed. Like this is a precious moment for our team.
Yeah. Let's
and can I say,
yeah,
I loved Peel's celebration.
Oh yeah, just drop kicking that ball.
He drop kicked the ball.
Where did it go? Where did it end up? Because I saw it on TV. I was like, where did that ball really end up?
I think it just ended up somewhere up in the stands.
It was in the stands, but it could have cleared the stadium. Like if you're looking over my shoulder, for those who are watching, no,
it was on your other shoulder.
No, Marcos's right shoulder.
Yep.
So it made it probably up to if you're going from left to right off of the visual here. Sorry for our blind listeners here. Second panel column, it made it to the top. It
really
went up so high. We were both, Marcos and I were like,
you're like, whoop.
It went so high. I'm like, is he going to get carded for this? For excessive celebration.
Speaking of celebrations,
I'm surprised he did it with the number of cards we were seeing in that game.
And I will say, I don't blame the stadium or Apple TV for confusing Aiden and Gozo with the goal credit, because if you look at it, when they're both running in a flash, because they both have the kind of that poofy hairstyle, they look almost exactly the same at a blur.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was kind of fun to see the two Academy kids celebrate the exact same way, like at the exact same time. That and then the Mario jump.
Well, Aiden said in the press conference that he didn't know how to celebrate a goal because he didn't have that planned out.
Yeah, when you're that young, you don't plan out because this is a dream come true.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn the page because we could talk really a lot of other good things. So we're probably missed a lot of other things. So we apologize, but we're gonna move on. Great win. We'll leave it at that, and we'll build. Next thing, the league / RSL announced today the schedule for phase 1 of League's Cup. Guys, this is going to be great. Marcos, you are muted, by the way. You muted yourself. I gotta love you. I love you.
I was gonna say, love it or hate it, this tournament is back.
It's true. It's back, and at this point, just embrace it. Just really, especially
Yeah.
with this draw, I think we should be embracing it. So, Marcos, give us what RSL's fate is in Leagues Cup.
Yeah, so we got, luckily enough, all three games at America First Field. I don't know how that happened, but we won the draw there with that.
Heck yeah!
First game, August 4th against Tigres.
That's a big game.
So they have rankings for Leagues Cup, as you know. Tigres, the number 2 seed. RSL, the 30 seed.
That's
This is
crazy.
David against Goliath in the first round. Second game for RSL, August 8th. RSL against Mazatlan.
Mazatlan, excellent.
And then last game, funny, on Alan's birthday, August 11th, going against Juarez.
Juarez, where are they at? Juarez.
We got bottom dwellers we're going against.
So Mazatlan is 34th out of 36, and Juarez is 23rd, so they're above us. They put us pretty low. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we are the lowest MLS team ranked in the Leagues Cup club rankings. How does that make you feel?
Underrated like normal.
Yep.
Well, it's all based on last season, how you finish and whatnot. That's why we're so low. So it's understandable.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about these games. So Tigres, who did we play against last season, or was it the season before?
America was last year.
America was last
We had
year.
America last season. We had
San Luis.
And
Monterrey the season before. So we're getting all the big ones.
Yeah,
And the game against America, we
we won.
tied. We won
Yep, in PKs. We went to
Oh,
PKs and we won.
PK when it was a 3-3 draw at the end of
Yep.
regulation because they extended the time a little too much. I remember that, cheaters. That's me and my interjections. All right. So against Tigres, I think this is over the top. We're gonna get obviously into it in August, but over the top, I think we're gonna have the advantage on this one. Not just because we're at home, but I think Tigres' head is gonna be elsewhere, and I'll tell you why. Tigres, where are you? Where is it? I can't find it. I think I lost it. Oh no, here it is. Tigres in the last leg, the last game of the 3-game round, they go home. So I think they are going to be not playing conservative, but I think they're going to be thinking about going home and playing really well against Vancouver, which is Vancouver is supposedly one of the upper teams in the league. So far, I feel like they've been a slight disappointment, even though they've gotten positive results.
Something to
I
keep
mean-
an eye when it comes to Tigres. They just picked up a player from America that we're well aware of, Aguirre, the Uruguayan player. So something to keep an eye on when it come August.
But at the same time, Tigres, they went ahead and they saw that RSL played Vancouver, and they probably went and said, even though RSL lost, they only lost 1-0, and then turn around and beat the Sounders. And so, Tigres is looking at RSL like,
I mean, maybe, and on top of that, what day do we play them? On the 4th. Okay,
The fourth.
I was gonna say they probably wouldn't have a lot of rest. I'm trying to find when their last game is. Tigres' last game on the 11th as well. All right, so never mind. They have the same amount of. Oh no, we have one more day of rest. They play on the 7th in Minnesota. So literally, they are traveling from RSL to Minnesota. And then from Minnesota back home. So this is going to be a rough one for them. So, anyways, I think out of all the games, this is going to be the toughest one, but I think it's winnable, especially with after we just talked, like we have the best roster in the world.
No, I like how back-to-back years with this Leagues Cup, we start off with the hardest opponent. We start off with America last year. We start off with Tigres. So get it out of the way. So rip that bandit off super fast.
Did we move on last year?
No.
Why not? I can't remember. If we beat
Uh,
America, who we played against?
was it
Atletico.
because
We did not advance.
Oh, I
no,
think it was because of San Luis, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was San Luis.
Yeah,
they
that
ruined it
loss to
for us.
San.
Well, we took away their secret weapon. Haha,
It's true.
losers.
He's
Anyways,
our secret weapon now,
it's true. It's true.
but
So
it's not a secret. He's just our weapon. Sanabria, the weapon.
the
I don't know.
weapon,
I don't know. I went French there, but
the
okay.
the weapon. All right.
Sanabria, the weapon.
That sounds so dumb. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So you're fine. We love you anyways. Um,
Oh,
so this year's Leagues Cup is going to be an interesting one. I was looking at some of the other teams as well, like for example, Miami. Um, Miami has it slightly easy. They have San Luis. But they have Monterrey as their second game, and then
But
they have Leon.
it's not the same team anymore. That Monterrey team has gone downhill.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm still. I know I'm the eternal optimist, but I'm still not the one to be like, we should immediately dismiss these teams. Because even though Liga MX has gotten worse compared to MLS over the past
Hmm.
several years, they're still good. It's not that it's not necessarily just that MX went down, it's that MLS went up. And it's more MLS went up than MX went down.
well,
If I'm being honest.
if we're gonna look at the list, the club rankings list, they put it into two columns, 1 through 18, and then 19 through 36. There are more MLS teams in 1 through 18 and than 19 through 36. In fact, there's only one, two, three, four, five teams in 19 through 36. So that means there's 13 MX teams in the lower half of the rankings.
And notice
That
how in the past 3 years we've never had a Liga MX team make it to the finals. And I don't think in year four, I don't think it's going to happen. I truly don't think we're going to see a Liga MX team make it to the finals.
I think that Liga MX I think the Mexicans already know this. Their league is in trouble. They are not improving right now. They are not showing that they're really worth a huge hoopla. And their national team is showing it as well. Their national team is not doing good whatsoever. Doesn't matter if they have these weird friendlies on weird dates where they're beating weird teams. Um, Mexico's not doing good. Their league isn't doing good. And MLS is on the up. USMNT on the up.
Well, I guess I want to ask you guys, do you think having a couple of these games in Mexico is going to help this tournament at all?
I think more games should be played in Mexico because it does feel very US heavy, which is, in my opinion, a little unfair. The Mexican fans in Mexico deserve to see this tournament as much as the US based fans.
Yes. I wonder though what the numbers are because numbers talk. I wonder what the attendance is, I mean, the amount of stadiums that could be used. If you're looking at the second half of the rankings, like I just mentioned, are you
Uh,
really going to go play a game in Mazatlan? How
I just feel
accessible is that?
well, true. I
Fair.
just feel like if we're going to have these rankings where RSL's 30th and Tigres is second, then why don't we play where the higher seed? It only makes sense. It only makes sense.
That
That would make sense.
that would make a lot
Because,
of
well,
sense.
you look at Vancouver. Vancouver, they had a great run. They made it to the MLS Cup, and somehow they have to go to Tigres.
Yeah. So I can see that. I can see that. But guys, Links Cup is back.
It's
So
back. It's you,
we'll get into that in the summer.
we get World Cup, and then we get another tournament.
Oh man, this is gonna be a busy summer. But
I'm sorry. Are you complaining?
You complain about soccer?
Are you complaining about more soccer?
no, I'm not. I promise I'm not. I just know it's gonna be a really busy summer. So all right, let's turn the page and let's talk about this preview of Atlanta and RSL. All right, so Atlanta is not doing so hot, guys.
How bad are they?
So bad that actually I don't. They
Well,
haven't scored a single goal this season.
they lost their first game 2-0 to Cincinnati, lost their second game to San Jose. San Jose, can you believe that?
When we get to
But
San Jose, I have thoughts.
Ugh. But at the same time, RSL does have the propensity to be it's like that one team that will
Stop.
lose to the losing team.
Stop. I don't like that because the
It's
RSL
happened.
the Salt Lake Till I Die Facebook Messenger group, whatever, all of them were being pessimists. They're like, well, this is RSL we're talking about. Bro, it's not like you haven't watched the past two games and thought that we're doing great. And then all of a sudden Atlanta shows up and we're like, well, we're gonna screw it up again. What
Well, I have a stat for both of you guys. This is going to be our third time all time playing in Atlanta. How many of those do you think we've won?
in
In
Atlanta?
yeah, in our 2 visits that we've been to Atlanta, how many do you think we've won?
No idea.
Zero.
Both times Atlanta won. Our last visit to Atlanta, 2022. They won 2-1. First visit was back in 2018. Atlanta won 2-0.
And the one time that they were here?
We won
Ah.
5-2 back
Oh,
in 2024.
you see? And right
But
now,
we've never beat them in their stadium.
well, here's the thing. I wish I could talk about certain players with Atlanta, but let's be real here. I can only name you one player off their starting 11 that played last game.
Miguel Almiron.
Almiron. That's the only one. Everyone else, I have zero clue. Like,
Lobachinse, Lati Lath.
not even the bench. Like, what did Atlanta do?
Well, this team doesn't. They no longer have Brooks Lennon. They got rid of Brooks Lennon because he's a free agent now.
Which is wild.
Though I don't think Brooks Lennon would have been able to fit back into our system if we were to get him back.
I didn't say to bring him back. I just think he shouldn't have left in the first place.
Don't get me started.
No, I feel like this Atlanta squad, with bringing back Tata Martino, they're wanting to be that Atlanta squad from 2018. They're like, oh, we got Almiron, we got Tata Martino. We're going to be able to dig deep in the Eastern Conference. No, not at all.
Nah.
Almiron had a partnership with
Joseph
another
Martin.
player. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with there we are. It's found you. Yeah, he has no partnership. Almiron is working alone. Tata Martino, I really feel bad for him, but he wanted to go back to Atlanta. I don't know under what project because you're looking at the players again. There's zero project right now. In fact, Atlanta just signed. What's his bucket? Marcos, what was his name again?
It was I'm pulling it up right now.
Galarza.
Matias Galarza from River Plate.
Yeah, Galarza from River Plate. Galarza, when he played for River Plate, was the lowest of the lows. He absolutely sucked, and he's one of the reasons why Gallardo he left. It was just bad. So I don't see Atlanta getting better between now and Saturday, which that'd be a miracle. And to be honest, the highlights that I saw when they played against San Jose, they are slow, sluggish. I'm not using a thesaurus, by the way. They are slow and sluggish. They are not proactive when going to the ball. They're young players, and because they look like they have young players, right? Yeah, Cooper Sanchez, that kid is a 17-year-old. Our 17-year-old can beat their 17-year-old. How's that? Listen, if we're gonna compare the,
My 17-year-old can beat your 17-year-old.
Yeah, this is like cockfighting, chicken fighting. We're just gonna put up the same ages and battle them. Anyways, guys, there's really nothing we can talk about on our end. So let's talk about us.
Well, I was gonna say real quick, looking at the stats of their last game, Atlanta against San Jose, the entire game, shots on target, one. So I'm like, yeah, Talon's point. This squad really strongly relies on Almiron. You shut down Almiron, you shut down Lati Lath. Where are they going to find goals? Nowhere.
And not gonna lie, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be pretty easy. Yes, we're coming into this with a lot of confidence. Yes, we should be cautious, but let's be real here. The numbers are lining up for us. So for us, let's talk about how we think we're gonna line up because there are some new faces that are probably gonna be presenting themselves into the starting lineup. Maybe. So let's go over it. So we can all agree Cabral is going to be in the back.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to start with the same back three, unless Yedlin.
I I give it a week. I give it one more week for Yedlin.
All right, so same back three. Cool. This is where things start to be jumbled up a little bit because we already know of one injury. We know of a couple of other players that are ready to go. So
Mm-hmm.
Sanabria, yes. Kaliskin.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on Kaliskin.
Oh,
I think this is the game that you start Stein.
It's
interesting.
kind of. I mean, I would he doesn't have any minutes though. That's the only thing.
I'm with Christian on this one. Don't fix what's not broken. But give him minutes.
Correct.
So I
I'd
think
say still start Caliscan and bring in Stein in the 60th minute,
I would say 75th.
or that works too.
I know I just wanted to price this right you, but um yeah, I think it but would you put in Stein for Moisa or for Kaliskin? But I guess at the same time, Ruiz came in last game as well. So do we see Ruiz and Stein play together? Do we sub out both of the pivots?
See, last game I wanted to see Ruiz Moisa, but that didn't happen. So
Did
Hmm.
Ruiz go in for Moisa?
yeah, he did.
Then I have a feeling that Moisa is probably gonna be coming off instead of Kaliskin. And you might just see Stein instead of Ruiz. Kaliskin might play the full.
It's fair.
Um
But up top is where it gets interesting because obviously no Ari because he's unfortunately injured. Here's where I think Morgan plays. I think Morgan fills in for Ari's position, and then I think
Hmm.
everything else is the same.
Agreed.
but from our previous conversation, Morgan does a lot of roaming around. You wouldn't put Matt Crooks at the top. So why would you put Morgan at the top?
So would you put Aiden at the top and then just throw Morgan on the wing?
Yeah, this is where it gets complicated. So this is where do you bench Aiden and put I for me, I would put Solons in Peel's place
Okay.
or put Solons in Booth's place, just like what you're just like what happened. Maybe put Morgan up top and have them do like a kind of a switcheroo kind of thing where Solans plays more up top and Morgan comes down a little bit. Leave Aiden where he's at. Leave Gozo where he's at. Other options are put Morgan in where Aiden is. Put Solans up top. Leave Booth on the wing. Um, and then Gozo out on the side, or you put Morgan up top, put Gozo on the wing where Aiden is, put in Dom, give Aiden a break. There's so many options, but
I was gonna
Oh,
say, how many chess pieces are you be moving around here?
well, like another one you could do is throw Gozo where Aiden is, start Dom, and
that's what I
then
just
move.
said.
Oh, there's so many options we could do when it comes to this creative starting line with there's so much depth.
echo in here,
And Echo with a 5 second delay.
a blonde echo.
I'm an idiot.
You're
You're an idiot. No, we're not calling you an idiot. We're just okay. Anyways, you know what we're doing. So there's a lot of options here. To Marcus's point, so many options. I'm not gonna say exactly who, but Morgan has to start. How? I don't know. I think Solans at some point needs to start over Booth. Personal opinion. I think Solans is a lot more dangerous than Booth. I think Salons has now a lot more minutes, needed
So would you say
minutes.
that Booth has run out his audition for starter then?
I think he becomes Trilist 23.
Oh,
Ooh, ooh,
that's harsh.
not even Trellis 20. Geesh.
Well, 23 because he's number 23. Did you not notice that they would just use their numbers as Trilist
Yeah,
and okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, um I it's I think he'd be a good bench player and a good substitute in the 70th minute. He has a
For
lot
sure.
of energy,
For sure.
but having that energy last 60, 70 minutes, he runs out. And in that second half, the beginning of the second half, he was MIA. Hence why it was Peel and Gozo a lot in that last game. I think Booth does contribute sometimes, but if you want consistent contributions, I think Solans would be the better one.
Yeah.
But Pablo is Pablo, and I don't think we're going to see much deviation. I think Morgan is probably going to start up top.
That is one thing I do appreciate about Pablo. He's not the type to don't don't fix what ain't broke.
Yeah,
And that creates good consistency.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stick with consistency in this case, and I think Morgan is just going to be the only replacement um, for Peel. And after that, all hell will break loose in the second half with whatever kind of subs. But um, I think don't fix what's not broken is going to help us in this game. So with that, it's time for another prediction
Prediction
time.
time.
Prediction time.
That was pretty good.
Sure, Christian, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna be dangerously optimistic here.
Ooh.
I think we're gonna walk in there. I think we're gonna take our first victory in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I wish I could be there. That is a stadium I have to go visit someday. 3-1 RSL win.
Oh, 3-1. I love it. Bring it on.
Whoa!
Bring it on. Marcos.
I'm feeling also very optimistic. We are gonna get this dub in Mercedes-Benz. We got the youth. We got Morgan here. We got Stein. 3-0 RSL. We get the shutout.
Ooh. And that is really good. You price this right him. And I'm gonna price this right all of you. Um
You're gonna go
this
4?
Nah, I'm not that optimistic. I'm the most pessimistic here. So I'm gonna go with a 2-0 victory for RSL. Keep it as a victory, keep it as a shutout, but modest. We have the players, we can do it. And if it's more, better. But 3 points coming out of Seattle, 3 points coming out of Atlanta as well.
No, there's no reason RSL should not get the 3 points. This is a very, very winnable game for us this Saturday in Mercedes-Benz.
It's true. It's true. All right, let's wrap this up with our favorite segment of the whole show, your Instagram questions.
Absolutely. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you. First question of the night. Will you guys ever show us your jersey collections? Christian's got a lot. Christian's
many-
got a lot.
God,
How many jerseys do you have?
I'm not sure. It's definitely probably
Didn't you say 30 plus?
30 plus.
I counted mine. I think I have a couple more in other places, but I think I'm at 20.
So maybe one of these episodes or sometime we'll have a Christian show and tell time where he shows off his
Oh.
jerseys.
I'll have to have Marcos come over and we'll film some content so I can lay out all of my jerseys all over my bed and my floor. It'll be a lot.
That sounds like a lot. But I think I have the best one in the sense of probably valuable. I have a 2006
Oh,
Real Madrid signed by the whole team.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I win.
you trump us. You win. You win. Next question for you. When do I get to meet all 3 RSL bros?
When's the next time you're going to be at the tailgate?
Or when's
Yeah.
the next time Alan's going to be at the tailgate? That's the real question.
Next game, I plan on being at the game, but I'm not sure at the tailgate because I'm going to be rushing to that game because they're going to be apparently announcing the winners of a certain youth tournament at either halftime or
Oh,
pregame.
Hmm.
And so I'm gonna be there with my son. But I don't know if we're gonna get there in time because we have an indoor game that starts at 4:10 and that ends at
oh,
5. And we have to like basically run to the stadium.
Ugh.
So don't know. But we're gonna try to go a little bit more often.
Next question. Are we getting Robert Lewandowski?
no.
Never. I don't want him.
He's a little too old, so no gracias. Next question. Does Pablo need to go?
No.
No, we're doing just fine. Like people
I
are
mean
thinking Pablo out.
I don't answer because I don't want to insult anyone. So what?
No, Pablo's not going anywhere. No. Next question. Gozo, Gilavogi, Wolf, or someone else as striker next game? Question mark.
Hmm.
A striker?
As striker.
I
As
would
the
I
center.
mean Morgan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Gilavogi.
Gila Golgi.
Golvi. There we go.
There you
There we
go. There you go. You got it.
there we go. But Gozo, no, no. Morgan.
Morgan. Next question. Is this the best generation of academy players RSL has ever had? Lucas, Aiden, etc. If
Ooh.
not, then when?
So this is probably a bit longer of a talk.
Yeah. Question is, I think my safest answer to that is potentially, but we'll see.
With how the 16s and the 18s have performed recently,
At the GA Cup.
at the GA Cup, yeah, but they've been they've been producing a lot of good single players. So we have a from the 16s, I think it was Hashimoto and
Mhm.
Van
Van Parker.
Parker. Those two were great. Van Parker earned himself a first team contract. He's obviously not going to be exercising that until he's ready, but there's a lot of potential there. In the 18s, there was a lot of potential. In fact, that's where we pulled out a couple of these guys. We pulled out Moisa and Aiden from there to put them on the Monarchs, and then from the Monarchs, they're so
Well, and that goalkeeper we just sold to Columbus, don't remember
Nashville.
his name, to
Will
Nashville.
McKay.
Sorry,
Will McKay.
sold him for what, $700,000, and he's
Correct.
17.
Yep.
so. Is this
RSL arguably has the best academy in the country, and that's without Miami's money.
Well, and Miami's academy, I don't think is that good. If we're gonna argue who's the best academy around, is probably Philadelphia.
I was gonna say.
Okay,
I was gonna say.
there's a good
I was
art.
gonna say. I was gonna say Dallas.
I mean, Dallas historically has had good academies, but Philadelphia is good right now.
Philadelphia does have a good academy. I'll
But
I'll
is
say
this?
RSL has the best academy in the West. Philadelphia has the best in the East.
But
Um,
is this the best all time for RSL? To Christian's point, I kind of agree, but I'm gonna give a slight edge to yes, because
yeah,
we're seeing what they're producing.
it's true. Also, the New York Red Bulls, they're another team that this past weekend had their youth produce goals,
I got
assists.
I got like three or four kids under 17.
Yeah, they had 3 kids. They had, I think, one 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, or two 17-year-olds. So yeah, three of their own. So RSL and Red Bulls right now with the Philadelphia Union close behind, I think are the leading academies in the country.
Very true, very true.
There we go.
Next question for you guys. What player from the Monarchs are you thinking will be the next youth star?
Youth star? I think we're already seeing them.
Yeah.
Like
Van
that.
Park Van Parker. Like he's gonna probably get minutes this season for.
So I guess if they're gonna talk about now Monarchs, probably Dylan.
Ooh, yeah, Griffin Dillon.
Griffin
I'm
Dillon.
ac- I'm actually gonna go Max Kirkfield, the keeper. He had some tremendous saves in that
That's
PK shootout.
that's
I
a good
mean,
point.
you also have Omar Marquez that's lingering around that if at some point he's gonna get called up at some point.
Yeah.
He
So the
he's
I
Monarch,
can see that.
he's hanging in there.
yeah, Monarchs have some talent. They had a great win over the weekend on Sunday. So shout out to them against North Texas. Next question for you guys. Are the expectations for the starters getting higher because the youngsters are doing good?
That is a great question.
That defining clause is everything about that question.
Yeah, I mean, because the youth are doing so well, should we be expecting our actual players that we're paying millions of dollars for to do better? Yeah.
I think always. I think since we have that title of DP on Morgan, we're expecting him to get 10 plus goals this season.
I don't think I'm not going to contribute to stats on how they play, if they play well or not. But if they are improving the team, they need to be improving them a lot more than what the youth are. And the youth are doing we can't say enough good things about them right now.
Yeah.
Next question for you guys. Did Atlanta replace the turf for grass for the World Cup yet?
I don't know.
I don't believe so. I
I'm
don't
not
believe they have.
we're not an Atlanta podcast, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah, this will be Atlanta's home opener, so I
Um,
don't I
I,
don't
I remember that I think there's another stadium that, or was it Atlanta? I think they was Atlanta. They're starting off their first 5 games on the road because they are replacing the turf for natural grass. So I don't think for this game, but I think at some point, or maybe I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you guys. I think it's Vancouver. One of those. Oh, Seattle. That's what it was. Seattle starting the first 5, 6 games.
I was waiting for you.
You're waiting for my thought process. I was like,
What a weird place to just have turf. I mean, the grass is
in
that's
Seattle,
a perfect place. Yeah, that's a perfect place to grow grass.
I think because of how saturated it is,
Yeah.
it's just gonna
Well,
get ripped up.
if they had a field like America First Field with the best drainage system in the country, they wouldn't have to worry about that.
I mean, yes, but also climate. That's the only word I have is climate.
Our field would do well in Seattle.
I don't know. I'm not an expert. We'd have to ask Dan.
Dan, feel free to comment if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Please do.
Next question for
I'm
you.
gonna wait for it.
Next question for you guys. Is the Apple TV deal worth losing local commentators?
Now that you don't have to pay an additional MLS pass on top of Apple TV, yes. Before, no.
Yeah. I think before we needed, if they're gonna be a total separate package, they needed to have local. That's it.
Mhm.
But yeah, if we're just gonna get just a general subscription and everyone has it, then whatever. It is what it is.
Yes.
I
So far
was
two
watching.
games in. Well, so far 2 games. I have no problem with what's going on with Apple TV.
And
mean-
F1's now included as well, so you can
It's
watch
true.
racing as well.
And Ted Lasso,
Everyone loves Ted Lasso.
except if your name's Alan.
Look, I already explained it.
Get
I
better taste.
look. I expected it to be a soccer show when it was actually just a drama. That's my problem.
Go watch Casa de Cuervos.
I'm watching one of
Or
those. Something
Club
similar.
de Cuervos on
Club de
Netflix.
Cuervos. Yeah.
That one.
There you go.
There we go. Last and final question of the night for you guys. On Unfiltered Soccer, they said no MLS teams have that good of an academy. Do you guys agree? Thoughts?
We just said.
Well, but probably Unfiltered Soccer says that, but
Unf-
they are.
They don't know academy ball. They
Yeah.
probably know other aspects of the game. They don't know academy ball, so they should just stop.
Also,
talking.
I think they have a bias against MLS, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it sure sounds like they have a bias against MLS because there's a lot of MLS academies that have beaten European, South American academies, a lot of them, including RSL. So they need to sit down, knock it off, shut up.
But like always, thank you guys for those that submitted your questions. We always love it. We always love it.
Yes. Guys, this is great. Another round of RSL. We're doing fantastic, I think. Even though we lost the first game, won this last game, kept up the streak of Seattle just coming by and visiting the mountains because that's literally all they do. They don't play ball.
2011, last time the Sounders won here.
Just so you guys know, we won't be hosting a watch party. I mean, there's been
Oh.
quite a lot of people annoyed with the amount of people posting about watch parties. We're not hosting one. No worries. Go watch it at
But
your house.
It's
I
Riot
will be
Brigade, right?
yeah, I will be over at about time in West Jordan watching the game.
About time.
I don't know where I'll be at. Maybe I'll go to About Time. Maybe I'll just stay at home. So I
So
can
if
man
you
the
need a place to
Twitter.
come, if you need to come watch a place, need a place to come watch the game. I'll be about time in West Jordan.
Yes.
Watch a place.
If you need to watch a place, I will be at my house. Then going to dude, my kid's game starts at 7:45 p.m. What the heck?
That's late for a youth game. That's early for an adult game. You know,
Yeah.
one quick rant about adult leagues.
Late hours.
Why do they schedule games like 11 o'clock at night?
Because
I
you're
think
adults.
there's so many teams that have to play throughout the day.
It's ridiculous though, because I have to get up at 6 in the morning for work. I'm not gonna go play a game at 11 o'clock, get home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then just be like this at work the next day. Just
I mean, love of the game.
No,
but love of sleep as well, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm with Christian. For me, after 9:30, 10 o'clock, that's my limit for playing indoor soccer.
Abuelo. All right, guys, that's all for us. So appreciate you guys listening. And Marco, send us off.
If you are not already, head over to Instagram, head over to X, head over to TikTok, and follow us at the RSL Bros. Watch us wherever you watch your podcast on Apple and Spotify, and catch us on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe and like.
What was that accent, dude?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that was, but anyways, let's get out of here before he comes with another one.
Let's get out of here before you just do it all again.
I don't want to do it again. Go. Bye.
Bye.